Greyfriars Bobby by Eleanor Atkinson. Read by Peter Joyce. When the time gun boomed from Edinburgh Castle, Bobby gave a startled yelp. He was only a little country dog, the very youngest and smallest and shaggiest of Skye terriers, bred on a heathery slope of the Pentland Hills, where the loudest sound was the bark of a collie or the tinkle of a sheep bell. That morning he had come to the weekly market with Auld Jock, a farm labourer, and the grass market of the Scottish capital lay in the narrow valley at the southern base of Castle Crag. 200 feet above it, the time gun was mounted in the half-moon battery on an overhanging, crescent-shaped ledge of rock. In any part of the city, the report of the 1 o'clock gun was sufficiently alarming, but in the grass market it was an earth-rending explosion directly overhead. It needed to be heard but once there to be registered on even a little dog's brain. Bobby had heard it many times, and he never failed to yelp a sharp protest at the outrage to his ears. But, as the gunshot was always followed by a certain happy event, it started in his active little mind a train of pleasant associations. In Bobby's day of youth, and that was in 1858, when Queen Victoria was a happy wife and mother, with all her bairns about her knees in Windsor or Balmoral, the grass market of Edinburgh was still a bit of the Middle Ages, as picturesquely decaying and Gothic as German Nuremberg. Beside the classic Corn Exchange, it had no modern buildings. North and south, along its greatest length, the sunken quadrangle was faced by tall, old, timber-fronted houses of stone, plastered like swallows' nests to the rocky slopes behind them. Across the eastern end, where the valley suddenly narrowed to the ravine-like street of the Cowgate, the market was spanned by the lofty, crowded arches of George IV Bridge. This high-hung viaduct thoroughfare, that carried a double line of buildings within its parapets, leaped the gorge from the tall old Gothic rookeries on High Street Ridge, just below the castle esplanade. It cleared the roofs of the tallest, oldest houses that swarmed up the steep banks from the Cowgate, and ran on, by easy descent, to the main gateway of Greyfriars Kirkyard, at the lower top of the southern rise. Greyfriars' two kirks formed together, under one continuous roof, a long, low, buttressed building without tower or spire. The new kirk was of Queen Anne's day, but the old kirk was built before even the Pilgrims set sail for America. It had been but one of several...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?